All right, welcome back to the Facepalm subreddit. If things look a little bit smaller than usual, like the text and the webpage and all that, it's because I got a new monitor and it's 2560 by 1440, so we can zoom through the magic of editing so that hopefully everything will be okay. But in case you were wondering, that's why. All right, let's get into some Facepalm. We'll start off with, don't think that's quite how it works. I tried to download Windows 10 on my Microsoft Lumia 535 phone today, but it needed 1.35 gigabytes, if I'm not mistaken, to be installed. My phone doesn't have enough memory, so please make it free to download. Wait, where do we even start with this one? First off, Windows 10 on a phone. Is that a thing that you can... I don't know if there's a Windows 10 mobile edition, or if this person is actually trying to download the Windows 10 operating system for desktop PCs for their phone, in which case you got one. Number two, I don't know how making it free would make it take up any less space. And three, I've never been good at the memory versus storage space, because when you say memory, it technically means RAM usually, but memory, people use it to refer to hard drive. But it's like 3 strikes and you're out on this one. Sorry about that. It's okay. Better luck next time. Oh boy, it doesn't work like that. 2 in a row. I can't find a source, but I know there have been cases where a man has sex with one woman and then goes and have sex with another woman before showering. Some of the first woman's eggs are still on his pee-pee. They can implant into the second woman, who can carry the first woman's child. It's the same idea as medical egg donors. Whoa, I haven't heard that one before, but you know, he can't find the source, so it might be true. I can't find a source, but I know that when threatened, a human female can spray eggs at a cyclic rate of around 750 pounds per minute. All right, -48 on the point score there. I don't know that people really agree with this sourceless claim. Apparently, you can just transfer eggs over to. Yep. That's how. I'm not going to get into too much detail here because I'm not the sex ed class, but you can ask your teacher for further clarification if you need to know why this is not really a thing. Or you can just tell your teacher, I can't find a source, but I heard. He or she will be like, all right, you need this class more than ever. From Justice Served. Cop tried to shoot this dog for barking, but he accidentally shot himself instead. I mean, I'm inclined to, we can take the headline at face value. There are a lot of instances of police shooting dogs just at any sort of like, oh, the dog looked at me funny, and then the dog gets shot. So I'm glad that the dog is okay, assuming that the dog was like a normal dog and just barked at the police officer. And that was that. Like, dogs bark at new people quite often, especially when people are coming across pretty aggressive. Seems like dogs are pretty good at reading aggression on people and then trying to react accordingly. So yeah, I'm glad that the dog is okay. I also hope that the police officer is like, okay, looks like he shot himself in the foot or something, so he'll probably be all right. Yeah, that's that, I guess. More of a foot palm, not a face palm. Face palm would be painful with bullets. Don't want that. Censoring done wrong. You... Excuse me, but this is the internet. You cannot curse. You are a fork genius. This is the internet. You can curse. Spells fork, censors ing. Incredible. Dude, you can just avoid all of this by saying forking instead of having to censor the IN. All right? I know in is a very, very hard word to look at. It's very offensive sometimes to be in something, but it's okay. You can IN. It's cool. Next time around, psych yourself up. You type it, just 2 keys. They're pretty close on the keyboard as well. It's a lot easier than doing shift and hitting the 8 key a couple times or hitting the asterisk, assuming you have a numpad and you're not on a laptop or something like that. I remember there was actually a time back when I was in like 6th grade that I definitely censored curse words in my text messages to other friends, or it would have been like 7th grade because that's when I got a cell phone. And I know all you kids watching this who are younger than 7th grade, you're all like, what? It wasn't until 7th grade that he got a cell phone? Yeah, things were different back then, a mere, like 14 years ago. But yeah, anyway, I did do that, but I censored it properly. I censored the UC and not the IN. Good try though, good try. Evolution is something stupid. Evolution is something stupid. So we were monkeys. So are we going to be dogs after this? How did you make that jump in logic at all? Are we gonna be, how is that your argument? Are we gonna be dogs after this, dude? Are we gonna be, yeah, we're just magically gonna one day, poof, we're gonna be a dog. I mean, I can't wait to wake up tomorrow and like be a bird so I can fly. I'd be super stoked to be able to do that. Sprout some wings out my back real quickly, some like X-Men mutant kind of deal. That's dope. Thank you, Darwin, for allowing me to just pop some wings out of my back. I appreciate that. EA blocked their partner's video. This video contains content from EA, who has blocked it on copyright grounds on the NVIDIA GeForce channel. Whoops. I mean, I'm sure it got cleared up a few hours later. These snafus do happen. I've had them happen myself. Actually, I had a Call of Duty video that I was like explicitly given the ability to upload once, get hit with it was struck by Activision, and then I sent a message. I was like, I don't think this was supposed to happen. And PR guy was like, no, it wasn't supposed to happen. Sorry about that. Mix-ups do occur. So, you know, every now and again, it's just, it's a little bit embarrassing, especially when it's, you know, on NVIDIA GeForce, which is obviously, you know, they got permission. They were supposed to do that. Someone posted this on the urinal and it's in black and white. Am I hydrated? Well, you know, if you're peeing on grayscale, you might have a problem. I love this post. This is quality content. This is just good, lighthearted facepalm fun. How did someone print that out and not go, oh, wait a minute. Oh, yeah, that's, yeah, if you're peeing gray, you probably need to just go to a hospital stat right off the bat. I suppose completely clear urine would be represented by just white, but gray, whew, that's no good. That's no good. PSA to anyone watching this: if your urine looks like this, you don't just drink more water. Go to a hospital immediately because it's a sign of something bad. So there you go. Dr. Jordan in the house, just trying to help you. Don't prove me wrong. Fact, if the Earth was 10 feet closer to the sun, we would all burn up, and if it was 10 feet further from the sun, we would freeze to death. God is amazing. We definitely vary more than. Also, you know, you can walk like 10. I don't know exactly how far it's gonna be, but if you walk a certain distance or fly to another place, you yourself are 10 feet further from the sun, perhaps more than that, on a daily basis. You range from distance to the sun. Your range of distance to the sun is far more than like a 10-foot. Yeah, there's a whole host of things wrong with this. But to anyone wondering, that's not true. Earth's orbit is elliptical, and the distance from the sun varies from around 147 million kilometers to 152 million kilometers in any given year. Earth's star is a habitable zone that's affected by the size of the star and its intensity. The sun's habitable zone is 0.95 astronomical units to 1.37 astronomical units, I believe. An AU is the Earth's average distance from the sun, 93 million miles. So the Earth's orbit could decrease by 4.5 million miles or increase by 34 million miles and still be in the habitable zone. There we go. Okay, that's cool and all, but don't ever comment on my status telling me that I'm wrong ever again. I didn't ask you, did I? Answer no. Didn't ask you to tell me that I was wrong, so you better not tell me that I was wrong. Okay? I'm allowed to spout anything I want ever, and I'm allowed to be right as long as I say I'm right, and you can't tell me that I'm wrong because I didn't ask. Did I ask you to ask if I was wrong? No, I didn't. So shut the hell up and don't talk to me or my son ever again. The Z3D is one hell of a drug. One hell of a drug. Does anyone know what this pill is? Pink rectangular tablet with the ID Z3D on it. Google doesn't show any results. I found it in my son's room and I'm very concerned. Oh God, this is great. I hope it's a joke. It must be a joke. If it's not a joke though, it's just, wow. It's great. It's great either way. Been fooled all along. Those Pez dispensers, wasn't Pez. It was actually the underground toxic substance Z3, but it looks more like a backwards ED. You've been ingesting it. Thank your lucky stars if you have never had a Pez dispenser in your entire life, because it was all an elaborate ruse. And I want to clarify, in case anybody from Pez, which I don't even know if they're made anymore, watches this, that this is a joke. Do not be angry and be like, he's defaming us, because it's a joke. So that we're clear. He had to ask the audience, equal to roughly 746 watts. What animal-based unit is used to measure the rate at which work is done? Horsepower? Donkey strength? Llama thrust and zebra force. The people who created B, C, and D, they never thought that they were going to get the credit that they deserved. They're like, what are the most absurd words that we can possibly come up with that no one's ever going to buy into? Someone calls them up. They never watch Who Wants to Be a Millionaire. They've seen so many episodes. They're jaded anyway. Someone calls them up. Like, you got to tune in. Someone's using Phone a Friend on your donkey strength question, okay? You gotta imagine that was the highlight of the question makers' days. Their entire careers. Someone falling for donkey strength or llama thrust. Llama thrust is even better. Llama thrust sounds like something that would be in Fortnite. Epic Games, if you watch my videos, can we add something into Fortnite that allows the terminology llama thrust to be used? Because maybe that's what jetpacks used, was llama thrust. That's how they were actually propelled. It wasn't fuel, it was llama thrust. And you ran out of llama thrust, and then that's when the jetpack cut out. So llama thrust is totally usable. Call me cynical, but I don't believe that you do that. Parents don't vaccinate. What society thinks I do, the media says I do, what doctors think I do, what my friends think I do, what my mother-in-law does, what I actually do. I mean, I think you do this. Google. You know, in fairness, there are echo chambers for every single stance on everything. I'm sure that if you go in with a completely blank slate and you end up inside of an echo chamber of people, you know, regurgitating, I don't know, false data on vaccines and all that sort of stuff, you could potentially get into a spiral of like, oh, this is legit, and I'm worried. It's probably on forums and Google though, and not. I don't think there are many books in the library that would support this. That's what I'm pretty sure it's that. A laptop. If wireless PCs existed, we could literally take them anywhere and use them to be even more productive than having to plug into a socket all the time. I have to believe it's a troll. I really do. Because that you would write that thinking people are going to roast me and it's going to be hilarious because I'm in on the joke myself. You mean a laptop? I think I said PC is very clear. It's a troll. It's obviously a troll. You got baited and you fell for it and it made it to number 3 on Facepalm. Man, this guy got everything he wanted out of this post. He's like, I bet he was thinking best case scenario, just gets a bunch of comments and I can pull a Ken M on them in my responses. Nope, got even more. He got even more. Man, dude, if only like wireless cars existed too, you know? Instead of having to keep them plugged in like we do the Tesla all the time, we could actually go places with them. They'd be like wireless. It'd be crazy. Someone should invent that, dude. Don't be like Yahoo. Hashtag 1998. Yahoo refuses to buy Google for $1 million. $1 million. Wow. 2002. Yahoo realizes its mistake and tries to buy Google for $3 billion. Google says, give us $5 billion. Yahoo says no. 2008. Yahoo refuses to be sold to Microsoft for $40 billion. Yahoo sold to Verizon for $4.6 billion. I didn't even know that history of Yahoo, other than the fact that obviously Yahoo has not performed well in recent years, but I didn't realize they had attempted to buy, or they refused to buy Google for $1 million. So in fairness though, when a company is acquired, it does not guarantee that then that company that was acquired would follow the same path as they would like not having been acquired. So had Yahoo acquired Google, say in 2002, because Google was a little bit further down the line in 2002. If Yahoo bought Google in 98, I'm sure Google would not end up like it is today. 2002, even so, there's no guarantee that Google would end up like it is today. Would they have then gone and bought YouTube later on? Who knows if they were under the control of Yahoo. So you can't really, in this situation, yeah, they probably should have been acquired for $40 billion. That would have been a good idea rather than waiting to be worth a tenth of that. Oh well, you never know. You never know. It's gambling when it comes to investments and things like that. You never know what the future may hold. So you can't really, it's like something that they tell you about stocks. You can never beat yourself up for, oh, I should have put all of my money into Amazon back when it was like $100 and now it's $1,700. You can't beat yourself up for that. You had no idea. Something unforeseen could happen and it could be worthless. So you diversify and it just doesn't always work out, you know? And we got another. Woo! We're on fire with the anti-vaxxing this month, I suppose. If vaccines were healthy, you could put it on a spoon and eat it. Try it, you'll die. If broccoli was healthy, you could put it in a syringe and inject it into your bloodstream. Try it, you'll die. It's an interesting theory that anything has to be edible. Like that's the only criteria for whether or not something is healthy. Like breathing. because that doesn't go into your digestive system. That goes into your respiratory system. And actually, it's a top comment. If oxygen was healthy, you could put it in a syringe and inject it. Try it, you'll die. Yeah, don't do that. Injecting air, just any sort of gas into your bloodstream, that's a no. It scares me that the only thing that they do in order to ensure that that doesn't happen is just flicking the syringe. Like, that's why they flick the syringe, to get the air bubbles up to the top. And I'm like, that is the only line of defense between me and death, is you flicking the syringe. Because if one of those bubbles goes into my bloodstream, apparently it's lights out. Like, I don't want to experiment and be like, no. What if one of those tiny little, no, just, it's scary that that's all it takes. Why are we so fragile that it's just like this tiny this little thing right here, this little thing that I am peeing at my camera through. That's it. That's lights out for me. KO'd by a microscopic, minuscule little air bubble. Maybe we have a little bit more resilience than that, but it can do some damage. God, anyway, that's not the argument. If you're looking for an argument, that's not it. So, anyway, probably injecting broccoli wouldn't be terribly healthy because it'd have air bubbles in it as well, if nothing else. Those probably like be a solid and block things. Yeah, it'd be bad. Don't do any of this. All right, well, anyway, that was it for the last month of Facepalm. I hope that you have facepalmed at some point in the video. Make sure to like, check out the playlist in the description if you want to catch more Reddit videos, subscribe if you're not already. And yeah, if you want to listen to music playing in the background, link is in the outro over on Mirror Music. I'll see you next time.